if I can take you through the next breaking as well, there are in fact reports coming out that BBC has claimed one of their journalists had in fact been assaulted. If I can refer to the next breaking, in which we will see that BBC's claimed that the Chinese police has in fact assaulted and detained one of its journalists covering a protest in Shanghai. Later, that journalist, according to BBC, was released after a few hours of detention. Srinjoy, before I let you go, just to refer to this breaking, this is also very unusual. Again, the way foreign media is allowed to operate in China. In this case, of course, BBC actually claiming that one of their journalists was assaulted for what they are saying, that they were showing the truth. But China is, of course, known for its very, very strict media policies, and this seems to have taken an ugly turn, if we are to believe this claim by the BBC.
Well, first of all, the Chinese have very strong policies against media. There is no free expression. There is no right to equality, right to freedom of the kind we have in India. So we have to see it from the Chinese point of view. They don't like free media. There are always restrictions on the media, particularly the foreign media. And here, they didn't like that the BBC was reporting the truth. It's as simple as that. The BBC was probably reporting on the spread of COVID, which is why, and the protests, which is why the reporter has been arrested. Very simple. It's as simple as that. Now, China does not have a kind of freedom of expression policy in their government. They don't allow it. Now, if you go against that, then they will arrest you, which is exactly what has happened. So we will have to see how the British government deals with it, how the BBC deals with it, how the foreign media deals with it, because the Chinese do not want this to come out. The Chinese do not want the world to see the protests in their country. They don't want the world to see that COVID are spreading. So that's why the arrest.
Right, Srinjoy Chaudhary there reporting on the massive stir, the massive protest that we are seeing across six big cities, at least in China, where we are accessing visuals from, where there are massive protests which have broken out because of the stringent COVID measures. Anger, of course, fueling out on the streets post that fire which took place a few days back, and 10 people were killed in that fire. And a lot of people are in fact blaming that because of the stringent COVID curbs in China, existing COVID curbs imposed by the Xi Jinping government, that the rescue operations in that particular incident couldn't be carried